Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Dov Chastain. I hope you are doing well. I am making this video for my talmidim. It is Rosh Chodesh Nisan 2020, and I am speaking to you from the midst of the coronavirus outbreak. So when you look back at this after many, many years, you can say, oh wow, I remember that. That was crazy. So many of you I would actually be learning with live. Other of my talmidim, it could be you are looking at this from afar. It could be I'm not teaching you live anymore. It could be you're off somewhere else in your life. It could be you were one of my NCSYers once upon a time. Could be I taught you in high school. Could be I taught you in middle school. Who knows? Could be you're even younger. Baruch Hashem, I've been able to teach a lot of people B'li Ayin Hara. And I wanted to speak to you today about the Nesivos Shalom. We're going to learn a part of the Nesivos Shalom. It's Maimer Haravi, his fourth Maimer in Chag Pesach, and it's called Pesach Chag Emunah, Pesach, the Yom Tov, the festival of our faith in Hashem. And I felt like it was an important thing to speak about. Just right now, we could all use a little chizuk in our Emunah. And, Baruch Hashem, there are a lot of people that have come together and learned through Zoom. A lot of people have learned some new technology they could use to spread Torah. In these type of times, we always think to ourselves, what could we be doing better? We know that the Gemara tells us, Ein Peronius Bola Olam El B'Shvil Yisrael, that whenever there's something like this in the world, we have to think, what could we be doing different? How could we be doing better? But also believe that the Rabboni Shalom has a plan and the Rabboni Shalom runs the world. So with that in mind, we're going to try to strengthen that Emunah and how the Rabboni Shalom runs the world. I'm going to be learning with you something that I learned the first time from Rabbi Yishai Kenigsberg, who was my second year, my Shana Bet Rebbe in Or Yerushalayim. And I spent a couple of Pesach Seders over at his house. Baruch Hashem, I was zocher to do that. In fact, I actually even just got to see him really briefly over a WhatsApp chat that he was on. Somebody had a live video of him attending a wedding that I attended. So I actually got to see him for a second, which was a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to share my screen so that you can look at this along with me. I know what you're thinking. Are those Rebbe's Svarim? No, they're not. They're somebody else's Svarim, although they make a great background. I have some of them. I think I have that one. Yeah, but it's not my actual background. So I'm going to do a screen share right now. No, not that one. I want to share the actual screen. There it is. And let's go out of this, and we will open up, not second grade Chumash, but yes, Nesivos Shalom. So here's the mimer. It's called Pesach Chag Emunah. I'm actually going to be looking into my own sefer while we do this, but I will try to continuously adjust the screen as well. So looking here, it says Chag HaPesach Yesodo Emunah. The Yom Tov of Pesach, at its foundation, is Emunah, is faith in Hashem. The Leil HaSeder, and Seder night, Leil Giloi Shechinahu. It is a night of revelation of Hashem's Shechina, of Hashem's presence. The spiritual energy of Seder leads to Emunah, and the Giloi Shechina will be there if we are open to it. That's the little note that I have there up at the top, note number 1. And it's Bebechinas Rosh Hashana le'Emunah. And Seder night is really like Rosh Hashana, like the head of the year when it comes for the topic of Emunah. It is the night during the year in which we can charge our spiritual batteries for belief in Hashem to carry us through the entire year. If you can harness this night correctly, you can charge up your entire year. And we know, I've seen this from Rav Shimshon Pincus, among others, that each Yom Tov has a spiritual energy, and each Yom Tov leads to the next one. The first Yom Tov of the year is Pesach. If you get on the good foot for Pesach, you get going the right way for Pesach, that will make your Shavuos better. It will make your Sukkos better. It will make everything better in your year. It'll infuse it with much more meaning. V'hu k'maimer Chazal, and this is like what Chazal tell us, our sages tell us, b'zchus ha'emunah, that in the merit of Klal Yisrael's belief in Hashem, nigalu avoseinu mitzrayim, our fathers were redeemed from Egypt, u'b'zchus ha'emunah, and in the merit of emunah, of belief in Hashem, asirin li'gael, we will eventually be redeemed again with the final redemption with the coming of the Mashiach b'mehera b'yameinu amen. Shezeh shorish inyan galus v'gu'ulas mitzrayim, because this is at the root of the topic of what brought us into exile in Egypt and what will eventually take us out, and what took us out of Mitzrayim and what will take us out of this Gullus as well. In my little note here, I have the central theme of Geula is Emunah, feeling that Hashem exists as our reality, and exile is a lack of that Emunah, right? That gullus is a lack of that Emunah, whereas Geula is when we bring that into our lives, we can bring about a Geula from all the things that are holding us back. If you see here, I'm going from where it says Klipas Mitzrayim Haisa Kfira. I'm going to move down a little bit so that I keep rolling down on my screen and I don't lose you while I look inside my sefer here. There we go. All right, so it says Klipas Mitzrayim Haisa Kfira, that the negative forces that really permeated Mitzrayim was the negative force of Kfira, of a lack of belief in Hashem. Ukemaimer Paro, it's like Paro said, Lo yadati as Hashem. I don't know this Hashem. I don't recognize this Hashem. I'm kafir in Hashem. I do not believe. I am blaspheming Hashem. Take your Hashem and get lost, Moses. V'chol hamahalach shel Yetzias Mitzrayim, the entire process of Yetzias Mitzrayim, v'aseres hamakos, and the 10 makos, hevi legiloi behiras ha'amuna betokfa. They were to bring to a revelation of clarity in our faith in Hashem and all of its strength, as it says afterwards, the Yedu Mitzrayim ki ani Hashem, so that Mitzrayim will know, even they, the Kofrim, they'll know that I am Hashem. Dahainu, that this means shenisgalsa ha'emuna begodel habehiras ad shafil Mitzrayim yadu ki ani Hashem, that there'll be such a giloi shechina, there'll be such a revelation of Hashem and His power and His presence, that it'll be so clear that even Mitzrayim, whose issue was this kfira, this not believing in Hashem, even they will know that I am Hashem. Ukamokain, and similarly, give me 1 second here. I'm just looking at how all this stuff works. There we go. Ukamokain, and similarly, kol koach hageula haya al yedei emunah. The entire power of the redemption was through the power of Emunah. Ukreisa, and as it's brought, Shebihyosam Mitzrayim Hayu Shekuim the Memtes Sharei Tuma, that while they were still in Egypt, they were sunken into the lowest level of impurity, the 49th level of impurity. If they had dipped to the 50th, they wouldn't have been able to be redeemed. If they had fallen to the 50th, the Shara Chamishis, the 50th, Chamishis is the 5th. If they fell to the 50th, then they would be unable to be redeemed. Lo haya lahem yoser tekuma. They wouldn't be able to get up above that again. Bishar hanun, and what is that 50th level of impurity? Guess what? Hu kiyadua emunah. As we know, it's emunah. It's lack of emunah is the 50th shar hatuma. Shebezel lo naflu. They didn't fall to that level. Baruch Hashem. And as it says in the pasuk, Vayamen ha'am, and the nation believed. Right? The nation believed. They never completely lost their faith, and we know they didn't dip to that level of tumah. Therefore, Rosh kol moados nises Pesach, at the head of all the moados, of all of the Yomim Tovim, of all the festivals, is Pesach. It's lifted to the head. It's the top. We know Rosh Chodesh Nisan, where we are right now. That's the beginning of the year. For Regalim, the first regal of the year is Pesach. She'emunah hi harosh v'arishon l'chol hayadus. That because, the reason for this is because Emunah, faith in Hashem, is at the head and the beginning of all of Judaism, of all of our beliefs, of all of our practices. They have to be rooted in Emunah. Hashem wants our Leil. Hashem wants to have a connection with us. He doesn't want us to do things by rote. Ukalash and Zohar Kaddish, it's like the Zohar says, Bakdama in his introduction, Pekuda Kadma L'Meil Go Mehem Nusa, that the first mitzvah that we have to go into is the mitzvah of Emunah. That is the most important mitzvah. The Nichlal b'Maimer Tzadikim Ala Kasev in Shmos HaChodesh Hazel Lachem Rosh Chadashim Rishon Hu Lachem L'Chad Hashana Shechodesh Nisan L'Chag Pesach Hu Rosh V'Rishon L'Chol Zmanei Hischadshus Shebashana. And it's included in what our tzaddikim have told us about the pasuk that says HaChodesh Hazel Lachem Rosh Chadashim, that Nisan will be the first of the months. Rishon Hu Lachem L'Chad Hashana Shechodesh Nisan L'Chag Pesach, this month of Nisan and this Yom Tov of Pesach are the Rosh V'Rishon. They're the first, they're the beginning, they're the head of all of the times of rejuvenation in our year, all of our Yom Tovim, because the rejuvenation that occurs during Chag Pesach, what spiritual batteries are we recharging? She inyana Emunah. It is the topics of Emunah. He rishon, and that is the first l'chol inyana eschashis of anything that we have to rejuvenate. It always goes back to Emunah. It starts with Emunah. Sha'al yedei Emunah tahora behira. That through pure and clear Emunah, efshel etzeis, we can go out even afilu mitzrayim, even from the depths of Mitzrayim, from the tumah of Mitzrayim, from the servitude of Mitzrayim, we can get out through our Emunah. The heyos, the inyan Chag Pesach hu Emunah, and since the topic of Chag Pesach is Emunah, al kain therefore ikar mitzvah Leil Pesach, the main mitzvah of the night of Pesach, hu mitzvah siper yetzias Mitzrayim. It is the mitzvah of saying over the story of going out of Egypt. V'chein v'yigarat levincha, and the mitzvah of Yigarat levincha, telling over the story to your son. That's the mitzvah from which the Magid section of the Haggadah, and frankly the Haggadah itself, get its name, to tell over the story. She'en yano hashrash ha'emunah, the inyan of Siper Yetzias Mitzrayim, that whole mitzvah we do is to inculcate emunah into our children. The zehu inyan, and this is the topic of kol hamar b'lesaper b'yetzias Mitzrayim hareza meshubach. This is the whole point of that statement within the Haggadah of anybody who goes at length to talk about the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim. Hareza meshubach, that's praiseworthy. Va'afilu kolanu chachamim, kolanu nevonim, kolanu yodim esat Torah. Even if we're all big talmidei chachamim, it doesn't matter. It's about making the emunah clearer to you. It's not about being a Talmid Chacham. It's about connecting to Hashem and emunah in Him on that night. Mitzvah aleinu l'saper Yetzias Mitzrayim. It's a mitzvah on us to tell over the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim. Shalom atzinu inyan kazeh b'shar mitzvos. We don't find a topic like this in other mitzvos, where if you know it, you still have to do it. Asher eich shemekaiman yatsa kvar yedei chovaso, where the ancient inila harbos bohen. Usually, once you do the mitzvah, you've been mekayim it. You've done your chiyuv, you're done ski. Go along your merry way. It's over. But here we say, keep going. We know the story in the Haggadah. They kept going until alos hashachar. They kept going until it was time for Shema. Keep doing it, because you can make your emunah greater. You can keep going. You can grow exponentially on this night. Achein heyosh chag Pesach hu chag ha'emunah. And since Chag Pesach is the chag, the Yom Tov of Emunah, the Leil Seder Leil Giloi Shechinahu, and the Seder night is a night of revelation of Hashem and His presence. Rosh Hashana le'Emunah, the Rosh Hashana, the head of the year for Emunah, for our faith in Hashem. Asher mimenu hashpas ha'emunah b'leiv Yehuda l'chol Hashana. From this one night comes the outpouring of Emunah, of faith in Hashem for the Jew for his entire year. This is when it comes from. This is where it comes from. And from the clarity and emunah that comes on this night, zochim l'chayos chaya emunah kol hashana. You can be zocha to live a life of emunah for the entire year. Al kain therefore, and it's tavinu l'saper bo b'yetzias Mitzrayim. We've been commanded to speak about on this night the mitzvah of Yetzias Mitzrayim, shezeh koach hasipor, because this is the power of actually saying it over. Lahashrish b'leiv es ha'emunah, to put down deep into our hearts, to inculcate into ourselves that emunah in Hashem, lahoyer es kol hashana, to light up the entire year, b'or ha'emunah, with the light of emunah, kedivrei Maran, Milochovich zechus yagen aleinu, like the Rebbe of Luchovich tells us, ala pasuk ha'emanti ki adaber. I always quote this over, ha'emanti, I believe, ki adaber, because I spoke it out. This is something we say in Hallel, and I say this over every year. Ha'emanti ki adaber. Why do we do this mitzvah of Siper Yetzias Mitzrayim? Because when you speak it out, it'll go in deeper. It goes in deep when you speak it out. The al yedei shechozer ha'emunah b'peh, when we go over it verbally, nishreshes hi b'leiv, it goes deep into our hearts. Speak it out, make it real. We know some people, certainly different Sfardim, have the customs to mamish do other things, act things out during the Seder. Rabbi Jonathan Taub speaks about how there are stage directions in the Haggadah to help you feel it, for real it, right? You want to do it for real. Once you say it over, it goes into your heart. Ne'amar al kolimos Hashana, and if that's true of all the days of the year, kal v'chomer, all the more so b'layla hazeh, on this night, asher hu hama'ayan hamashpia Emunah l'chol Hashana. It is the spring from which Emunah pours forth for the rest of the year. It is the wellspring. This is it right here. Since we're saying over the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim, Mashrishim as Emunah, we put the Emunah in deep. That's section Aleph. I'll try to do section Beis, Be'ezus Hashem, in the coming day, so that we can go through this together. Be'ezus Hashem. Have a wonderful evening, and if I don't see you again before Shabbos, have a wonderful Shabbos. We'll talk to you again soon.